Hello and welcome to this week's video. Do this, not that. Interior design trends that I'm over. Maybe wasn't really into. Maybe some of them are obvious, but I have suggestions for things that you can do instead. To start off, this is something that my husband and I talk about all the time. So if you don't know, my husband is a painter. And yes, he is an artist, but he is also a commercial and residential painter by day. So he hates doing accent walls. And he should, because I hate when people do accent walls. By the way, this video is not meant to offend anyone. I'm sure your home is lovely. And I really, these are just my opinions and they don't matter in the grand scheme of the world. So take what I'm gonna say with a grain of salt, because who cares what I think, unless you're here and care what I think. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Instead of doing an accent wall, partially the reason Elliot hates this so much is because in Southern California, a lot of people have textured walls. So if you choose to do an accent wall, it's never gonna be a straight line because there's texture. So you're gonna see all of the the jagged edges of the texture of the wall. His reasoning. Mine is just that because I think that it looks stupid. I am really into an accent ceiling. So I think that that's a fun way to draw the eye up, make your ceilings look taller, make your room feel cozier, whatever you're trying to invoke, depending on the color, whatever else is going on in your space. If you're afraid to add color and you decide an accent wall, oh, well, if we just do one wall, then maybe it won't feel so bad. Do the ceiling instead, because accent walls for me are just, it feels incomplete. The space feels incomplete, the idea feels incomplete. Bring it up on the ceiling instead. Feels more intentional to me. Also, you don't see accent walls in magazines like AD. And there's a reason behind that, because designers aren't throwing accent walls up, at least the big ones that are being featured in AD. Okay, moving on. For some reason, when people have a smaller second living space, they think conversation pit, let's put in 4 swivel chairs. Maybe it's too symmetrical for me. I like symmetry in other ways, but like 4 chairs in a circle with like a round rug, like I don't know, something about this I just am not super into. I understand the reasoning behind it, like, you know, chairs are comfier for people to sit in when you're entertaining. There are other ways. I think one, you could just get like a settee on the one side, like a smaller settee and 2 chairs, or you could just do a day bed. When you're entertaining guests, people aren't getting like super comfortable anyways. So if this area is just a conversation pit for when you're hosting, I think that it makes more sense that, you know, people aren't like super like lounging necessarily. It's so early, you guys, for me to be filming, and this is my first coffee and I just started it. So I just realized that I'm in the center of the frame. So now my pictures have more room. Sorry. Okay, this I've touched on in a couple of recent videos, so really apparently it's bothering me and I need to express it further. Scattered gallery walls. And the reason I say that is because in my previous videos I've been talking about gallery walls. God, does it... Ugh. Shut up. Scattered gallery walls. And the reason that I'm specifying scattered is because my solution is grid format. Instead of all of your gallery pieces being dispersed like this, putting them in a grid, I think cleans it up a little bit and makes me like it more. This I can't fully explain. I know I'm halfway through a video, but I have to switch to recording my voice on my phone because otherwise we're never gonna get this video done. The sound, it's a chaotic morning in San Diego. Okay, so the grid format. Also, I really, really like this idea, which I also touched on in a video last week, just having one large frame and putting all of the pieces in there. This is a great idea to do like all of your memory box pieces, to get those and put them in one large frame. Better use of the space, like the physical wall space, and just a better way to share memories, photos, all the things that I have a hard time personally displaying in a place is something that looks artistic, you know? It looks more thought out. All right, I can't talk about this anymore. I like this. I don't like this. I like this. Don't like this. Love this. This is probably obvious considering that I just released a bunch of prints for you to buy from my husband's art, but mass-produced art prints versus small artist art prints, which, yes, I put a few more prints up. Hurry down to the link. We'll talk more about that at the end of the video. So anyways, the mass-produced ones make your space look less unique, more cookie cutter, more college. The reason I say this is because I feel that posters are college, and that's immediately what I think of. Instead of having a mass-produced poster in your space, a vintage poster, which I really love. I have vintage posters in my home. I'd rather you have actually like a small print that is, you know, a limited run than have some large print that, you know, is just taking up space on your wall. They add color. Go vintage if you can't afford to go big, you know, and you're not lucky that you married an artist. Last but not least, overly curated coffee tables, like really neat stacks and Tom Ford books. Not into that. Never really have been too into that. I think at one point I liked grids on a square coffee table, but now I just kind of like it to be cluttered, a mismatch of things that you love, something that, you know, shows your personality, isn't so fussy. I just like showing a little bit of personality, memorabilia. Like, for example, this tray, this like checkered tray, is actually a chess set. I got this chess set with my husband on our honeymoon in Greece. So it has more meaning behind it than a Tom Ford book ever could. I don't care how much you love fashion. That does not tell me that you love fashion. Okay. I hope you liked this quick little video. You see, I'm trying to look into the lens. I feel like I'm always concerned about my framing, which is why I'm looking at the side thing. And then someone called me out and said, I wish you would look in the lens because it looks like you're just talking to yourself in the mirror. And I was like, I can't tell where my eyes are looking. How can you tell where my eyes are looking? So here I am looking at you in the eye. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like a print, I'm not going to do frames again. It was really hard to make sure that there was no dust. I don't have enough of a controlled environment in my home. I have 3 animals. So even though we would lock them all away and like scour down the dining room and put down paper, like it was really tricky to have dust-free prints. So thank you so much to everyone who purchased those. I love you, but I won't be offering them. A limited run of prints will be down in the description. We're going to be working on the next product, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to go to work now. I don't have any days off this week because my family's coming into town, which is why I'm filming on a Wednesday morning. Okay, I have to go. I could just ramble and talk to you forever because I love you so much. But I won't. Bye-bye.